welcome to BitBoy Crypto, the people's channel, home of the BitSquad, the largest and greatest crypto community in all of the interwebs. My name is DZ. You can also catch me at NFT Alpha Show, and this is Around the Blockchain. We come to you Monday through Friday at 5:01 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, talking about your favorite topics with, today at least, the best panel we've ever had in the history of the show, and we're going to go ahead and start on that top right. I always say, there's a reason they have 1.1 million Twitter followers. They are the twins that'll teach you how to make ends. I'm talking about Altcoin Daily. Then on the bottom right, Android phones fear him. He is the sultan of security. We're talking about Mind Your Biz. Then on the bottom left, she's the moonbag madam, and she'll make you sting if you step in the boxing ring. We're talking about Wendy O, of course. Then on the top left, we got the Gucci wearing, baseball diamond running, Lambo driving, jet setting, and he's having a hard time keeping these alligators down. Talking about Ben Armstrong, of course, and he's got a game tonight. So, Ben, everybody's kind of wondering, you know, they always got to know on the Wednesdays, and then they can't wait for the Thursday update. Are we going to keep the streak alive? Is this 4-0? You're going for 4-0 tonight,
yeah, we're
right?
going for 4-0 tonight. We're playing a pretty tough team. They played, you know, some of the best teams in the league pretty close. But we're going to come out with the victory. We're going to go win this one for Huddy, who's out tonight.
Oh, man, yeah. He's, you know what I should have said? He's having a hard time keeping these cleats down. But we're going to be talking about ApeCoin just going bananas, no pun intended. Coinbase beta. No, not the loser from college who can't talk to a girl. We're talking about the Coinbase NFT beta is now live. Dropping a little alpha for you here. And we're going to be talking some blockchain gaming. Serious money rolling in here. But before we do all that, we are going to check out these broader crypto markets and what is going on with Bitcoin and Ethereum. Let's look at some prices here. We have Bitcoin, looks like it just updated right below 41.4, 41,396, kind of remaining flat on the day. Ethereum also kind of being flat. But our first topic is ApeCoin, and Wendy, I kind of want to ask you about ApeCoin because this is the coin that is just going nuts today. We can see it here up 26, 27%, just going nuts. If we look at, I kind of want to pull up this 1 month chart. I admitted it released, it pumped. I dumped early. I got out early. I didn't sell all my ape, but hey, definitely I slipped on a banana peel with this one. What is going on with the ApeCoin? And I hear rumors of price discovery. Is that looking likely? If we get past this 15, 17 level, is 20 next?
I to be honest, I do think it is next, and I do want to fully disclose I do have a moon bag of ApeCoin because I was able to go ahead and get that airdrop. I owned 2 mutant apes, now I own 1 and I haven't taken profit on my ape yet. And the reason why I haven't taken profit on my ape is because there's a lot of utility with this coin. Yes, it is risky because it is an airdrop. Yes, it is risky because Bitcoin is not looking too terribly sexy right now. But at the same time, I own this free and clear, so I'm going to kind of take my chances. Taking a look at the chart, this is the 4-hour chart, and we're actually looking pretty healthy. The fact that we haven't even retested the EMA 9 here, we're just being. But one of the things I will say is RSI is down, MACD is getting ready to bear cross and head down. So I would really watch the support here of about $15.20. And I do think that this project does have a lot of utility. I would not bet against Yuga Labs, Bored Ape Yacht Club, or any other crypto NFT, or excuse me, any other NFT project that is utilizing IP rights, etc. And I think DZ, you might be able to agree with that to some extent because you are the NFT guru on this channel.
Yeah. And as always, make sure you go to NFT Alpha. We put out, a lot of good content, and, we do that with the Pluto Alliance. Feel free, open a restaurant with your Pluto alien, open a car wash, do whatever you want with your Pluto aliens. It's yours. Once it's in your wallet, it belongs to you. But, we have seen a huge increase, kind of, you just pulled up the chart. It's up 58% just in the last few days. It recently was, hanging around this $10, $11 range. And of course, there's a lot of rumors going around with the Bored Ape metaverse. This is the metaverse land sale. We don't know, it's the fog of war right now. We don't know what's legit. We don't know what is real, but apparently maybe Bored Apes and Mutant Apes are going to be dropped. And then there's a list of projects, but to get in the metaverse, you have to spend ApeCoin. And I've spent ApeCoin on clothing. I've spent ApeCoin on a little action figure, I guess, a doll. Even I don't even care. I spent it on a little ape guy. So I'm proud of my ape guy here. But Ben, we have ape. It's going up. it's hyped though. It is hyped out of. I mean, it's one of the most hyped coins. I feel like this is reminding me of Shiba of last summer or Doge about a year ago, 13 months ago, but not quite the level. It's just the insiders are getting excited. Is it possible for the normies, so to speak, to come in and say, I heard about the new meme coin. What's up with this ApeCoin? Is that in the cards, in your opinion?
I think it's possible, but like we really got to be careful comparing something that actually has function to a meme coin that does nothing. And I think that's like, I understand what you mean. If you look back, like it's not just meme coins that have been hyped before. Like if you go back and look through the history of crypto, there was a time when EOS was the most hyped coin. There was a time when Tron was the most hyped coin. There was a time when Chainlink was the most hyped coin. There's a time when Cardano was the most hyped coin. Like we go back, there are times that we see these coins that where the hype far exceeds the value at the time, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're not great projects. That just means maybe at the time they're overhyped, and that's what we saw with meme coins. The difference is the meme coins actually do have no value. They don't do anything. We push people away from those meme coins. We certainly welcome people to the crypto space. That's how you got here. But really to compare ApeCoin to a meme coin is intellectually dishonest. However, it's easy to see why the people that came in through Shiba and Doge would look at ApeCoin and consider it to be something similar because the name, if you go back to, that's what they call all the people that got into the meme stocks, into the AMC, into the GameStop. They call them apes. And so it's easy to see how the name fits the meme coin culture, but make no mistake about it, this is a powerhouse in the future of crypto.
Yeah, for sure. Now, Altcoin Daily, I kind of want to get your 2 cents on what do you think is going to make this Bored Ape metaverse successful? It's other side, OuterWorld, we're still kind of waiting on some official announcements here, but what is going to be a bigger driver of its success? Is it going to be Bored Apes and mutants just having a high floor? So, the metaverse has to have a high floor. Or is it going to be because Yuga Labs, actually built out a real high-def functioning metaverse that maybe can eclipse a Sand or a Decentraland? Is it going to be utility or hype?
DZ, thank you for having me back. Love talking crypto. Love being on the show. I think the 2 things to make any metaverse successful, one is going to be community. Obviously, Yuga Labs has killed it thus far with the Bored Ape Yacht Club. And also engagement and retention in the metaverse. And you could say that for any platform on Web 2, Spotify versus Netflix versus YouTube versus TikTok. They're all fighting for attention from their viewer. And I think we're seeing a lot of metaverses right now being incredibly hyped on, what could be, or, joining initially, how many users can they onboard, in their first week, in their alpha, their beta release. But honestly, it's what can keep the retention in the metaverse for the users actually going back day to day, whether that is fun quests or fun events like concerts, bring names or community into your metaverse. So we're still sort of volleying for that right now. And Yuga Labs definitely has a solid shot. I mean, they're one of the alpha blue chip companies in the space. And we have a lot to look forward to, a lot to see if we have a lot to look forward to on what their metaverse will be like.
All right. Now, mine, I kind of want to ask you, is this, ecosystem that they have in place now enough to drive this hype for ApeCoin? Because sure, I can get a mutant ape merch or a mutant ape figurine or a mutant ape poster or a Bored Ape this, Bored Ape that. Do you think that they need to expand their IP to include some of their recent acquisitions? Are we going to start seeing CryptoPunks using ApeCoin, MeBits using ApeCoin? Can just the ape ecosystem sustain this coin 1, 2, 3 years from now?
Well, that's a great question. And again, as was mentioned before, it's always a pleasure to be with this group. Love being on the show with Altcoin Daily, Wendy O, and with the man himself, Ben BitBoy. So it's great being back. But as far as can it sustain itself? I don't know. It's one of those things where we have to wait and see. Should it sustain itself? Probably. Is it possible to cross-brand with some of the other IP and turn this into some kind of a sustainable business model? I'm not convinced, DZ. I'm really not. And it's not that I have like this, deep background in IP law or in IP rights management, as much as just from what we've seen over the last couple of years as NFTs and DeFi have gone through a couple of phases of maturity, it seems like most of these projects, they do have to stand on the strength or weakness of their own branding and either build out an ecosystem in which their community says, yeah, we want to do this. We'll go all in on this ecosystem. or they have to, watch it disappear. What is it, the Silicon Valley saying? Grow fast or die slow. So they have to race to some massive adoption event with their community within this particular brand with just the Bored Ape Yacht Club and the Mutant Ape Yacht Club, or it's not going to happen, in my opinion. But, again, like, take that with a grain of salt. If they had to include MeBits, if they had to include anything else into this little metaverse, I think that they could do that over time, but they have to see what the adoption curve is with just the apes, right? Just the apes first. I want to go further and just say, I think this is a really cool test bed, a really cool litmus test to see how any kind of fractionalized NFT ecosystem can play out. And, I hate to go to the whole, the whole trad, comparing this to, say, Leonardo da Vinci or whatever, the Mona Lisa, but fractionalized ownership of traditional artworks. This is a really great test bed to see how that's going to work moving forward, because there is a lot of vintage IP that might benefit from a similar treatment. And what happens with ApeCoin, what happens with all the various, ape ecosystem, I think is going to give us a really strong indication as to whether or not some of that vintage IP can work in this ecosystem, where we don't have to try to get lobbyists into Washington to protect our, our darling IP characters for hundreds of years or whatever. Can they do it just because they have mass appeal? So I'm curious.
Yeah, and speaking on some ancient IP, you know what? If you give me a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles coin, I'm FOMOing in so hard. Throw that up on Coinbase, see what happens. All right, well, let's move forward here. We got a little Coinbase NFT news, and this is a tweet that they just put out this morning. Here's some alpha. We're in beta, and then they, below that, they kind of go over the royalties. They kind of have some breakdowns. They did a Spaces earlier, but pretty cool little advertisement here. They had a wait list of over 3 million. For reference, OpenSea's customer base is only in the hundreds of thousands. So, people are expecting pretty big things from this. I'm early in the beta. I actually haven't even had time to test out the alpha. I'll do that probably tonight. But, it's going to be an NFT marketplace. They want to incorporate their Coinbase wallet. They want you to be able to buy and sell NFTs using your self-managed wallet, trying to differentiate themselves from OpenSea. It's a very lucrative space. There's a lot of money in NFTs, especially with the secondary royalties that can roll into these marketplaces. It's, of course, Coin, is a publicly traded company. So it's kind of interesting seeing a stock, basically a company with stock, diving into the Web3, so hard here. Now, Wendy, with all this news, you would think Coinbase, people would feel a little bit bullish, but that Coinbase IPO dropped, at the peak of Bitcoin last year. It's kind of just been down ever since. I believe it's down 50% from its all-time high set in April of last year. So about 12 months ago, and it's down 50%. Do you have any take on Coin as a stock, or do you just stay away from anything that's trades on the New York Stock Exchange here?
I mean, I do have a 401k for my old job in healthcare, but I'm not really interested in it. I'm not really interested in stocks. Like, we saw the whole Netflix debacle yesterday, which is a very interesting topic. So I guess I'm going to switch gears. I'm going to speak on Netflix. If you look at the Netflix chart, we're down like 70%. And the reason why we're down is because they lost customers and they released their quarterly report. Well, guess what? Netflix is an investment. Netflix stock is an investment, just like Bitcoin is an investment, Ethereum is, and any other cryptocurrencies. And the fact that the SEC wants to kind of dictate what people can and can't do with their money is kind of ridiculous, because we saw all of that volatility from Netflix. And if Netflix can be volatile and it's a legalized stock, then crypto should be able to be legalized as volatile as well.
Okay, I like it. Now, we're actually looking at the site right now. I pulled it up. This is nft.coinbase.com. One thing I was, pretty quickly saw here was they have comments that are introducing some social media aspects. Now, Ben, do you think that NFT marketplaces and social media can belong together? Can this live in harmony? Or do you see this as maybe just an attack vector for hackers?
How do you think I'm going to answer this, Daisy?
I love Coinbase and anything that takes down OpenSea. I don't know.
Yeah, but maybe it's not Coinbase is going to take down OpenSea. Maybe it's
maybe. I'm hearing rumors of this other hot marketplace.
Hearing rumors of an octopus that could be bringing down the ship. That's what I say. But listen, OpenSea sucks. Let's be clear about that. Anything's better than OpenSea. But Coinbase, I think Coinbase offers some decent stuff for beginners. But your beginner, here's the interesting thing to think about here. your beginners are not usually the people that are buying NFTs. You know, your beginners are people that are just trying to figure out how to buy Bitcoin, how to buy Ethereum. So will the advantage of a really simplified UX, you know, that's very newbie friendly, will it be a big advantage? And what is Coinbase when it comes to crypto? And you were compare Coinbase to every other exchange out there, what are the two things that separate Coinbase from everything else? Number one, the easiest user interface in crypto, period. Number two, the fees higher than everywhere else in crypto. So while right now we're seeing them at a 0% market fee as they try to build, they said they will be going to a low single-digit fee. Well, DZ, what is the fee on OpenSea? Is it 2.5%?
Yeah, I believe 2.5. Yeah,
I think 2 to 2.5% is generally what the average is. I expect Coinbase to be at least 3 to 4. I expect it to be higher. It's got to be higher. They have way more employees. You know, it's a lot higher cost basis. So I expect the fee to be high, and I expect those two things to become big problems. I love the social media element to crypto or to NFTs and the NFT platform space. VV, as I mentioned earlier on the live stream, does it very well. Problem is VV is a closed system, so it's not great overall in the NFT world. But what I'll tell you is there may be a platform with a new social media game changer that will change the way people buy and sell NFTs that could be coming down the road. Who knows, maybe over the summer.
All right. I know we're definitely going to cover it on NFT Alpha. Now, I want to share the screen one last time here, and look what's verified. Look what verified, Pluto. So if you do want to get yourself one of these cool
you want to
aliens,
get on my good side, Coinbase.
Yeah,
okay.
Coinbase. Yeah, they know what buttons to push with Ben Armstrong. Now, mind your biz, Ben brought up a good point with, you know, right now they're kind of in customer acquisition mode. Low fees. Come on in. Are you worried about a duopoly, or maybe even, you know, if we got a threesome going on, we got three companies, is, you know, maybe fees going to incrementally just increase slowly but surely, similar to a Visa, MasterCard situation? Is this, you know, something that maybe we should be keeping an eye out, 1 year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now? Or do you think that the free market is a little bit more free with Web3?
Well, that's a great question. And I think as far as there being a good customer acquisition strategy, starting free or starting freemium or starting inexpensively, it's always a smart move on their part. So can't fault them for that. Just trying to get butts in seats, right? People through the door, use the platform, see if you like it. They've even said, like, to manage your expectations during the beta phase, that they're not going to have the full functionality of the platform. So on the one hand, like, they're not charging fees, but they're also not really giving you the full extent of what they've roadmapped for this platform. So I don't know, tomato in the beginning phase. As far as it potentially creeping up in the price to use the platform, I can't possibly say. 3 years from now, we'd have to see that Coinbase actually becomes a player, that it actually does give OpenSea a run for its money in terms of the gross revenue every week or month over month or over the next year. We need to see that they actually can hit at that level, right? That they can maybe even hit above their weight in this space. Coinbase, I mean, yeah, they push product. They definitely do. But not NFTs. This is absolutely new territory for them. And so I don't know what to expect as far as potentially rates going up. I think they'd have to really wow us, though, and capture a significant amount of the market before they can make a move like that. With LooksRare and OpenSea being only 2 and 2.5% respectively, for Coinbase to come in and be like, well, don't you know, we're Coinbase. We can charge whatever we want. I don't see the market reacting well to that. Certainly, as we've been kind of crabbing sideways for a while, and people have been kind of uncertain about the gas fees on Ethereum and, you know, whatever, the pushing the beacon chain merge back several months to, you know, for Ethereum 2.0 to decrease fees whenever it finally comes out. I think that the market is just not going to take kindly to a 3 or a 4% usage fee on a platform with Coinbase already kind of, you know, for some people being unpopular for some of the moves that it's made in the past and then controversy surrounding listings, etc. I don't see it being a good strategy for them, certainly. And I know for my part, the only way that I'll get exposure to this platform is if I can use it in a fully decentralized way. So I'm not going to be happy with some kind of a fee increase. Once it does, if my NFTs are portable or any of my assets on that platform are portable, I'm packing them up and I'm voting with my feet. I'm getting out of there.
All right. Yeah. All right. I like that. Now, Altcoin Daily, you know, we're kind of bringing up some social media aspects. Is there anything from these NFT marketplaces that you think is missing? Is it, better customer service, maybe IRS tax support? Should they try to steal some things from Reddit? Let's put in some karma, let's put in some upvotes, let's put in some DMs. Is there anything that you say, this definitely needs to be in the marketplace, and once it happens, like all bets are off?
I would say most things are missing in the crypto world that we need to switch to bring in the mainstream user. And just for perspective, I think what Coinbase is trying to do is they're trying to have the hangout, not so much a place where transactions up for their NFT marketplace, just buy, sell here, whatever. They want the hangout. They want to be the platform where the kids go. And for that perspective, in the 90s, DZ, what did we have? We had the mall. You were in middle school. You went to the
Sam
mall.
Goody. I remember some Sam Goody. I bought my Coolio CD there.
Okay.
Virgin music.
Right.
I was a gangster in
Power
Paradise.
Records?
Okay, gangsters. Oh, Virgin. Oh, I thought you said that was music. Never mind. Sorry. Moving on. Yeah, altcoin. You're saying.
Hey, don't get
like,
this
whoa,
panel
whoa,
started on the
jeez.
90s. In the 2000s, we had Facebook. That's where I hung out a lot. If you were in middle school and high school, everybody met on Facebook, that the night after. In the 2010s, we had Instagram. What do we have in the 2020s? Coinbase is trying to make that their platform, their NFT platform. For example, everybody needs an NFT to get to the high school prom. What are you going to pull up your Instagram? What are you going to pull up your email? No, you're going to pull up your little Coinbase marketplace. You're going to see that Cindy commented underneath, still need a +1. You're going to get your buddy to say, whoa, hey, DZ over there, just, he has an ape, by the way, he has a mutant ape. He needs a ape too.
He does
And
listen to Virgin music, though, exclusively.
Hey,
and they're artists, of course. They're artists. Virgin Atlantic.
And I guess point is we need not so much gamification, but the social fun aspect to make this not just transactional, a cool place to hang out. And Coinbase says they're going for that. So we'll see what happens, but the more competition in the space, the better.
All right. Now let's talk a little gaming, blockchain gaming. This is data released by DApp Radar. If you're not familiar with DApp Radar, definitely follow them on Twitter. Lots of good analytics when it comes to things moving behind the scenes on blockchain. But they said the Q1 numbers came in for 2022, and $2.5 billion was raised by gaming companies in the quarter. An attractive 1.2 million unique active wallets participating in the industry. Yuga Labs also, taking a big chunk of that money. They raised $450 million, and then a separate $200 million raise for a Mutable X. Mutable X, of course, is Guild of Guardians, Gods Unchained. It's a layer 2 solution for Ethereum. So lots of money rolling in. People are speculating $10 billion for the year before it's all over. In contrast, last year was only $4 billion. So we're looking at a 2.5x here for money rolling in for blockchain gaming. Now, Ben, clearly the money is rolling into blockchain gaming, but there's such a disconnect from the traditional gamers. And we've talked about it before. How do we bridge this divide? How do we close this gap? Is it education? Is it mocking? Do we point at them and say, have fun staying poor?
No, DC, that's no.
We don't do that.
We don't.
Okay, well, what's our strategy
we don't want to
here?
mock the gamers. No, they're used to that. You have to put them in a headlock and noogie them until it's time.
Swirly
for
time.
them to believe and go on our side. I think that really what it's going to take is the same thing. I'm telling you, I'm seeing such a parallel in the adoption and thoughts towards Bitcoin that I'm seeing as metaverse gaming. Like at first, nobody thought Bitcoin was going to make it. Nobody took Bitcoin seriously. Even the people that, would be the most likely to use it, like even in the beginning, they didn't think it was going to work. Then what happened? Slowly, more and more people started adopting it. And before you know it, you look up and realize like, wow, like if I don't hold Bitcoin, I might be in some trouble. Especially if you look at what's going on, overseas and in Canada and things like that with, sovereignty of money. And I think we're going to see the same thing. The only thing that is going to make adoption happen in the blockchain gaming space from traditional gamers is, this is shocking. You ready? High quality blockchain games that can actually compete with console games. That's what it's going to take. When you actually have games that you don't feel like are a drop off from what you're currently playing, and then you have things like play to earn integrated, that's when the mainstream adoption will come for blockchain gaming.
All right. Now, Wendy, I kind of want to ask some broad questions here. You're the gala gaming gal, they say. You definitely know you're gaming. You're playing to earn. You're deep in the ecosystem. You're hanging out with Kings of Leon and all the such. But I'm looking at some numbers. So I said we raised $4 billion last year, 2021. That's just blockchain gaming. In contrast, traditional gaming was 190 billion. So 50x, essentially, a very, very large jump here. How long is it going to take before we're, maybe parity or even, just a quarter or a third? Is this something that's going to happen like explosively fast? What's also going to happen with that is traditional gaming going to come down as blockchain goes up? How do you see the future landscape looking, maybe 2, 3, 5 years from now?
So the way that I see it, I feel like both are going to be able to coexist. And the reason why both are going to be able to coexist is because there's some people that are literally set in their ways. They have a particular way that they like to enjoy their gameplay. There's certain consoles that they like. There's certain games that they like. So it's not necessarily like going to, there's going to be different sectors of gaming. And I think that that's okay. And I don't think it's going to happen overnight. It's going to take quite some time. But let's face it, let's bring it back, throw it back to the 90s. Remember Sega Genesis and Nintendo 64? There were some people that absolutely loved Sega, and there's other people that absolutely loved Nintendo 64. And I think that we're going to see that. We're going to see different types of gameplay for different types of people. But the good thing about it is that when we're talking about P2E, play to earn games, they're actually going to be able to earn income by doing what they love. So eventually we'll see more people kind of merge over to the play to earn ecosystems, just as long as they do what they said they're going to do. Like what Ben said, is have quality games. And again, a lot of people seem to not understand that development takes a lot of time. There's a lot of time, there's a lot of effort that goes into this stuff. So you can't just push a game out and expect it to be like the next top game in the world. It's going to take time, it's going to take development, and it's going to take gaining trust of the users. So I think once all those components are being pushed forward, we're going to see a lot of really, really cool stuff being built in the space in traditional gaming and non-traditional gaming. And I think we're going to start to see more of these traditional gaming consoles or protocols, whatever they are, merge over to play to earn, because who doesn't want to get free money or essentially earn money for their time?
Yeah, and shout out to Meta Money. They put me on to I forget even what they're called. It's Steppen, and I got paid $30 to walk for 6 minutes. He gets paid $200 for running for 15 or 20 minutes. Now, Altcoin Daily, it's a Solana project if you want to look into it. So, play to earn gaming, she was bringing it up, and Ben brought this up too, that it's not really clicking just yet. There's no real good killer app. What is going to be that killer app? Is it going to be a ground up Axie Infinity replacement, some sort of thing? Or is it going to be a big shift when Fortnite turns on some sort of blockchain aspect, or Call of Duty? And bonus question, what did you play as a kid and you want to see resurrected?
I was a huge gamer up until GameCube is where I stopped. Mario Kart, Super Smash Bros. Melee. If you want to win, you put Yoshi in. That was my motto. Love the jump, love the mid-weight for Mario Kart. But anyway, what was your first question?
All right, a GameCube. What's going to be the winner here? Like, what's going to be that killer app? Is it a ground-up blockchain gaming, like something made by Yuga Labs? Or is it going to be when Activision steps in and says, all right, turn that into a blockchain game?
I think simplicity. I can only speak to me personally, but I am not, we see all the metaverse or the play-to-earn games, MMORPG, Unreal Engine 100, whatever it is, which is great. And that definitely is what should eventually excite the gamers. But for me, simplicity and anything play to earn or step to earn, you mentioned Steppen. I also have some GMT, and it's crazy just how excited people get. Hey, if I'm going to walk anyway, might as well earn some money. Hey, if I'm going to play this game on my phone anyway, might as well earn some money. And I tend to think of those simpler things that doesn't have a big learning curve. Those will be the things that hit. I don't think we've necessarily found it yet, but the market's working itself out in real time on just what the people want.
You know what? Let me play Tetris every time I get the single line with the 4 block. I earn your token. I will play the heck out of it. Now, mind your biz. Do you have any tips when it comes to security, when it comes to blockchain gaming? Because I know I've made new wallets because what is this sketchy website, this sketchy gaming token? Like, I got to put slippage up to 15 to play this game. Do you have any tips on, how to not lose your money or any gaming strategies, up, down, left, right, anything like that?
Oh my gosh, yeah, you're bringing me back, man, back to the Contra days.
Oh,
the
Konami
old cheat codes, unlimited lives. Yeah. So the easiest way to not lose money in crypto: don't participate. That's the end.
Okay,
I mean,
don't play the game.
That's the, if
All
you
right,
want,
well,
if you want to live a risk-free life.
I'm a gamer. What's a tip? Look, I'm gonna do it no matter what. What tips can you share with me?
Sure. The tips are, I mean, the first thing is, though, if you are reluctant, if you're not seeing something that's genuinely a draw to you, don't play just because you think you might be able to earn. That's the first thing that I'm going to say. And it might be a little bit unpopular. Maybe I'm the first person here to say it, but if you're not seeing the sustainability of the incentive, then don't start. You don't have to. You really don't have to, especially if it's on a blockchain that you don't already have wallets for, because you are going to have to go and obtain collateral and then transfer collateral and then figure out how to make sure your collateral is semi-anonymous or pseudonymous or whatever. But if you are going to look at a game that you're interested in, that makes sense to you, that maybe has really good world building, so it's at least got storytelling going for it, doesn't have to be something that's got crazy mechanics like Altcoin Daily was saying, it actually engrosses you in something that engages your mind, then fine. Go ahead and make sure that you do have new wallets. Make sure that you are always on a VPN. You really should be anyway, if it doesn't hamper the gameplay. And there's some really phenomenal VPN projects out there, some of them in the blockchain space. So, do your research there. But then, yeah, make sure you always got a fresh wallet and you don't ever put at risk anything more than you're willing to lose. Just like how, if you're going to go be involved in DeFi or any other cryptocurrency transactions, treat it like it is, a hot wallet, because generally speaking, most of these games are going to require that you use a hot wallet and may not give you full support for using a hardware wallet to sign your transactions. So just be aware of all that stuff. It's typical best practices for your crypto safety, but amplified by the fact that you might be engrossed in gameplay and think like, okay, I got to quickly sign this transaction so I can get this reward or unlock this thing or change, the attributes of my character so I can play. Don't take shortcuts is what I'm saying. Slow down a little bit before you start, get all that stuff in place. And then if you do see that it's going to capture your attention for a while, then, obviously have at it. But I'm of the opinion that if you don't see the incentive very clearly and the sustainability, that you literally don't start. I'm going to go back to that first advice. Like, if you don't see the point, don't ape in just because you see that there could be some money that maybe somebody else is earning, because that FOMO will get you wrecked. Yeah,
don't take shortcuts. Don't take shortcuts. Read the Discord, the Twitter, the website. Like, don't just try to ape in and figure out as you go along. But unless you're playing Mario, then take a shortcut. But that is all we have time for. But real quick, if you've ever played Tetris or ever bought Tetris, hit that like button or you won't get the long skinny piece when you need it. The Tetris gods will know if you don't hit the like button, or if you're not subscribed. You better hit it. Hit it right now. But it looks like Mind Your Biz took it home. Mind Your Biz, feel free. Leave us with some parting thoughts. And also, make sure you tell us your favorite childhood video game.
I can't believe it. First off, DZ, you told me this was the best panel you've ever had, so I'm flattered that I won on the best panel ever on Around the Blockchain. I can't believe it. Guys, come back tomorrow. Obviously, that's the top message. If you haven't subscribed to everybody on the panel, what are you waiting for? Right now, when markets are weird, that's when we release our best alpha, so you can't afford to miss right now. And tell a friend. But my favorite game growing up was actually Contra. Yeah, I liked Contra, man. I was an 8-bit guy. But I appreciate you having me back on.
Contra was good. Pokemon Blue and Red, also great. Tetris, awesome. All right, that's all we got time for. Like he said, make sure you're checking out all the channels. Check out Meta Money. Check out Frankie Candles. And, of course, NFT Alpha. Make sure you're sub to everything. Until next time, BitSquad. Easy out.